I have been selling this book, Zanazli and Wan Chun Hong's Guide to Indie Filmmaking, which is published by MPH for a while now. It's a really good book if you want to be a filmmaker, whether it's for YouTube, social media, TV, film, cinema, whatever. This is the book to get. I'm going to make it more accessible and more affordable to all of you because I believe that everybody needs to become a filmmaker. The more filmmakers we have in the world, I think this world will be a better place to live in. Now it's available as an electronic book download on my website. I'm going to link it here. It's really cheap, it's really affordable. It's only 5 ringgit if you want to get the ebook version. Okay, 5 ringgit. It doesn't really cost much, right? It's just a little bit of something for me. I mean, it did take a lot of work to write. Each chapter of this book talks about one part of the filmmaking process. And for each chapter as well, I interview a local filmmaker. It's only 5 ringgit. It's only 5 ringgit. You're watching and listening to the FAT BIDIN Film Club. I'm assuming I'm Zan Azli.
Yeah, I'm Shally Mustafa.
As usual, every week we watch a local film and we review it. And this week we're watching a local film and we're reviewing it. And it's called
Gayong, featuring Vito Kushari.
Let's hope it's not another ultra Malay nationalistic
It's about a
film.
Silat man.
Okay, so we watched the movie called Gayong, and it stars Vito Kushari, who we like. It's directed by Faizal Isha, who is a decent film director because he's done some decent things, right? He's done what? Juvana. Yeah, Juvana was it was not bad. I don't remember what? Rise?
Rise to Power is the Madam Wong one.
Madam Wong one. Oh, it was okay. It was okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so what was the film about?
The film is about...
Excuse the drilling because there's a house doing renovation behind there.
The film is about... I lost my train of thought.
The film is about...
The film is about Meor Abdul Rahman, who is a Silat Gayong master. And it's about his life. So it's like... It's not a biopic.
It's a true story, right?
Is it a biopic?
It's a true story about him.
It's a biopic, yeah.
Yeah, but they did have that disclaimer in front.
Yeah,
some
so it's a,
you know,
like a
dramatized.
It's a dramatized biopic about him and
like Ip Man
and his wife, lah. Yeah. So it's about how he first moves from his hometown. It starts when he first moves from his hometown in Taiping in 1939 to go to Singapore. And then how basically like how his life was there, and then after that how he fought the Japanese. In a nutshell, that's the film.
First, he finds work in a
British
army barrack as a
yeah.
mechanic, and then he fights the British people because they bully
Not-
him.
yeah, kinda.
Doesn't really fight
Yeah.
but he get bullied because the Malays and the
Yeah.
bloody Malays, you know.
Yeah.
And then in the end, the lieutenant colonel or whatever asked him to teach the British soldier Silat, which puts him in conflict with a kung fu master.
Yeah, and himself really, because why would he want to teach the white man?
Yeah. Yeah. So what do you think about the film?
Should I go first? You want to go first?
Up to you.
Yeah.
Go on.
Okay, so actually, I really like the film, but I disagree that it's like Iman. So at first when we went in, the first few scenes I was like, it's like Iman. But then, as it went on, you could see actually how it was not like Iman. So I like it because it is a biopic about this martial arts guy. But there are differences between it and Iman and even like Mat Kilau, thank God, which I thought made it come out in the end as a very original film. So Ip Man is very, it's very clear that it's propaganda. You know, it's very clear that it is Iman versus whatever like injustice that is happening. But I felt this film and Meor is really more about doing what you need to protect your family. Which is not what Iman is about, because Iman is just, you know, the defender of everyone. As long as you are like, you know, an underdog, he's there to defend you. But Meor doesn't. It was not that. Like, there was this scene where, so he moves to Pasir Ria in Singapore, right, which is like an island. But then there are people from like an Indonesian island, I think.
Singapore Island also.
Oh, Singapore Island also.
They were on the main Singapore Island.
So like another island that come to sell fish. And then he meets this guy lah, his new bro, Wap something, and so Wap brings his friends from the Pulau and says like, we want to learn from you, but he says, I'm not a master, and you know, I'm really not a teacher. Then he says, never mind lah, we just train together. And they were not like training to like fight anybody really. They were just like just training to better themselves lah. But when the time came, of course, you know, he did defend the people against the Japanese and everything. But at the core of it, it was still about protecting his family. And this film is very family centered. It really centers his character around his relationship with his wife, his relationship with his kids, and his community lah. And not in the sense where he is the leader of the community, you know. It's just about how he exists within the community to like support it, which I thought was actually very nice. This whole film is almost like utopian a little bit. The way everybody is so nice to them, the way that they get along with people, even the way that the British officer was treating him also was like a little bit, for me, a little bit utopian lah. But it was nice for me, and it was nice for me because the motivation of Meor was not to, you know, uphold Bangsa Melayu or whatever, or to, you know, defend the underdog, but it was really just about him trying to be a good father and a good husband and to protect his family. And he was using this, you know, his Silat Gayong as a way to do that. And only when absolutely necessary. And also I like the fact that that scene, right, where so the British officer like asked him to teach the British guys like how to do Silat. And first he's like, no lah, I'm not a teacher, but then when basically it was a do or die situation, I really thought he was gonna go fight that the colonel.
No,
but actually he didn't, because he needed to make a living for his family. So he just did what he had to do lah. And there was a lot of respect in that choice. And I thought it was nice for them to show that, because usually they were, right? It's about you cannot like sell out to the white people or whatever. But this is realistic. What other choices do you have? So you do what you have to do for your family. And that was really what came through for me in this film. The acting, the silat, the choreography, everything is nice. Okay, everything is nice. The storyline is also quite tight, I felt. It was all very nice, very nicely put together. But that particular running theme about being there for your family and doing what it takes for your family was what really resonated for me, which is why I really like it.
I agree with everything, but I think I come from a different perspective, because I think it is look, it's a great story. It's a much better message and story than Mat Kilau. Definitely, right? Definitely a much better message than Mat Kilau. But I think I think it is like Iman, like what everybody is saying online. It is very much like Iman, but brought down a few steps to be more Malay. In the sense that kau jangan kacau aku jangan kacau kau, kita buat hal sendiri dah cukup. You know, like even when he was fighting the Japanese, right, they left the Singapore main island to go to the other island to hide out there because he didn't want to get involved. The Japanese came anyway. Then the Japanese guy made a deal with him. I fight you. If you win, I leave you alone. Right? If you win, if I win, I kill all of you. Right? But if you win, I leave you alone. And then the Japanese people all move, and he and his little small kampung people stay in that village. And then habis. You know?
For now
To me, it made it feel like, aku tak nak masuk hal orang ni, aku tak nak masuk campur. Okay, korang nak gaduh, korang gaduh ah. Melayu, Cina, India, orang putih ke apa, Jepun ke apa. Aku duduk sini diam-diam ah. Aku dekat kampung, bagi anak makan. Sudah. Which is something, for me it was like Malay apathy. In a way lah. In a way. Because that's what it is. But it's true lah. He's doing it to feed his family lah. You know? And you can't argue with that. But he's also not a big national hero like Iman lah. You know what I mean?
I think you don't have to be... I think Iman is very mainstream like hero. This guy is a different kind of hero lah.
Hero for his kampung and his family lah. But yeah, so that's why I feel like it's like Iman, but few notches down to Malayanize it.
Yeah, but I'm kind of into this underrated hero thing.
And that
was fresh.
I was going to talk about the hero thing also. And then another issue that I had with this story is that the good and bad is so black and white. The good people are so good and pure, like him.
It's like very utopian.
Not just him, the entire kampung. The entire kampung is full of pure people. They don't even mengumpat, you know. Nothing bad. The beginning of the movie, there was a thief that steals money. Why? Because he's a special kid that was hungry. Oh my god! And then the bad guys, like the Japanese, so horrible. Bicycle standing there also must kick the bicycle. Bang! You know what I mean? It's this black and white, no anti-hero idea to it. It's so black and white. So that one had me a little bit off lah, you know? Because then you don't really delve into human characters properly and their personalities and their behavior because it's too black and white. I also felt like it was a little bit like, I don't know lah, the choreography and all that, not as great as Mat Kilau and not as, you know, yeah.
Oh, I thought it was better than Mat Kilau.
Choreography?
Yeah, because I thought it was, Mat Kilau was just so over dramatized.
No, I mean the fighting scenes.
Yeah, the fighting scenes were also like just...
And then like Blood Brothers. Wow, you know, choreography was so good. This was like maybe 20 years ago kind of choreography.
Yeah, but it was, I don't know, I thought the pacing of the choreography was fitting to what it was lah.
Okay.
How you want to compare it to Blood Brothers? Blood Brothers is like all fast, whatever. This one was not really that.
Okay, then I won't compare it then. I'm just saying.
So am I.
Yeah, so yeah, I felt like it was more like I don't know lah, maybe the budget wasn't as big. Maybe they didn't have enough as much time or as much resources. But story wise, way better than Mat Kilau lah. Definitely way better than Mat Kilau lah. Yeah. Would you tell people to watch it?
Yes, I would definitely tell people to watch this film.
Yeah.
Not just because my bias is in it, but because it's a great film.
Yeah. So yeah, I think people should go watch it too. It's not the greatest film, but a good film to go and watch lah. Yeah.
It's a great film.
If I say that, you get so angry, you know.
You literally just dismiss me saying it's a great film by saying, "Oh, I think it's a good film." So
No,
I'm saying it's
you
a great
also
film.
you dismiss me by saying I cannot compare it to Blood Brothers. So let us know what you think. The movie just came out. Yeah, I want the film. I like films to be successful because the films are good lah, not because of gimmicks, you know. And I don't like a lot of marketing put into films. You know what I mean? I don't think this film has a lot of marketing because I really don't see this film as having like a humongous budget. But I hope that people go and watch it and then realize that it's a good film rather than, oh, I want to go and see because we are the Melayu or the Silat. You know what I mean? That's not the message of this film. I don't get that from this film.
Yeah, this film is not about that.
Yeah, it's not about that. So maybe we might be doing a disservice lah. All the Malay people will see and then, tak nak tengok.
Then all the non-Malay people will go see it because they realize it's not a ultra-nationalist
They
film.
I don't know. It's written by a Chinese guy.
Yeah, see,
The original
it's not an ultra-nationalist film.
cerita asal. It is nationalist, just not racist.
Yeah.
Kan? Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
mildly nationalist also.
Because there were several scenes where he's like, oh, kita belajar ni. Like, they're all having dinner. Suddenly, the conversation is, kita kena naikkan martabat budaya kita, bangsa kita. Out of the blue, everybody was like, before that there was a scene between the
No,
two
the
people
context.
flirting.
No, the context was that they were doing the silat.
Yeah lah, I know.
And the child's doa selamat ma. Then while they were watching it, then they said that.
No, before the child was born, they had this big makan-makan, remember? Then after that
The big makan-makan was the daughter's doa selamat.
then the two plum.
Yeah, so then they were doing
flirting.
the silat. The Pulau people were doing the silat there. Then that was when that conversation happened. So contextually, it makes sense lah.
Okay, even if it makes sense, who speaks like that?
People in the 1940s.
They represented the 1940s dialogue quite well in the whole film actually. Yeah, except for that part that was so scripted. Like, remember we watched, what's that badminton show? Then suddenly on the roof, Rashid Siddiq and him suddenly had this dialogue where they were talking about being nationalistic and being proud. It was like so manufactured into the story, you know what I mean?
But I wonder if that's just us like being
There were two.
anti-nationalists.
No, I'm not anti-nationalist. I am very nationalistic, I think.
In film.
Yeah.
You don't like nationalism.
Yeah. I'm okay with nationalism. I actually don't mind because that's how film movements all started. Like Italian neorealism, French New Wave. It was all nationalistic films, right? But I'm not for racist films lah. You know? Yeah. So there were two scenes like that lah. I mean, this is very minor. It wasn't like.
So it doesn't
big.
quite make the mark of a racist film.
No, it's not. It's not. I don't think
what
it's a
we
racist
want.
film.
Okay, we want non-racist films.
It's not just didn't quite make the mark. It didn't make not racist at all. So
yeah. Great.
Alright, so
Like
follow
this
us.
video.
Like this video. Don't like this video. Follow us on. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on all our social media platforms at FAT BIDIN, or go to fatbidin.com to get everything. You've been watching and listening to the FAT BIDIN Film Club. I'm assuming I'm Zan Azli.
And I'm Shirley Mustawat.